Real opportunity lost if we had Clark Kent replaced by another straight white savior.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I don't see nothing wrong with a bit of bump and grind. Yep.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh, and you, my friend, would be the belle of the ball.
Oh, surprise, surprise, motherfucker!
It's free real estate.
There you go again.
Time to make the donut. I made the donut.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Got the world champions that live in your town.
Your fancy clothes and your black silk underwear and go back to Disneyland.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Your clothes. Give them to me, now.
Coming after a day of peaceful protest.
We heard shots. What happened?
I sent them a message.
What are you? Are you a rat? I don't know.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Bingo. Dead. Bingo. Is dead.
Idiots. It's for you.
China.
That belongs in a museum!
If it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town.
Orange whip. Orange whip. 3 orange whips.
What Nintendo?
The Rockets! Red flag! Uh-oh. No! We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Skin. I nurture my skin.
Why? It's like comics are boom.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Argument here. NBA, WNBA. One is a sport, one is a joke. I love sports, I love jokes.
The MVP of Super Bowl 50 is Von Miller. Hasta la vista, baby.
No accident! Accident!
Hey guys, it is Thursday, March 24th. I remembered to turn my mic on. I had it silenced. That weird shadow behind me. I had it silenced while that intro was playing. That intro is by the one and only. You know her and love her. It's my daughter, the great Minnie L. Tape. How you doing today?
Good. I hope you guys are doing well in the chat. I see we already have a lot of people. It's nice
cool.
to have a lot of the stream regulars.
Are you cleaning house with that bandana on?
Yeah, I'm doing my inner Mexican right now.
Okay.
My hair felt a little crazy. So yeah,
right.
Teacher. That's what they always talk. But hi, Light Kick One. Hi, Love God Bible Truth. Hi, Gen X Strong. Mighty Geek Studios. Hello, Bane Mailer. Hello, Destructo. Hi, and then yeah, all of you guys are here. Nice to see you guys. Destructo. It sounds cool.
Okay. All right.
He said, "Hail, hail."
So, yeah. Indeed. So what's going on? What's the latest? It's I'm tired. I was on YouTube like 7 hours yesterday, so you got to carry me. What's happening?
You know, it's funny that if the chat doesn't know, I'm like the female version of my dad, and I got home like at 2 last night, and he just got done with his stuff at 2 in the morning. We were both just like, yeah, this is being an artist. So yeah. it was great. But yeah. I hosted last night at the Madhouse in San Diego, which was so much fun and so fantastic. I'm very grateful that the owner trusts and believes in me. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah. So thank you. I had a lot of fun. I got to host last night. I also went to another show before that at the American Comedy Company, and I saw Nicole Amy Schreiber. She actually was very kind to me when I worked in the world famous Comedy Store in Hollywood. She would give me some rides up the hill to my car sometimes. So that was really fun. And I also got to see my friend that I've been I've known him since I started my comedy journey again, Alex Peregrina. He did really good. He went up right before Amy. So it was fantastic. And then I have a show a week from now on Wednesday, also at the Madhouse. So.
All right, very cool. So a crazy good week for you in the stand-up world. You're hosting, you're getting gigs. It's good. I read this comment and I didn't understand it. Can you decipher it for me?
Mighty Geek Studio says, I got to do something. I still can't believe I've got to give you your dream shot. You two characters are going to Top Gun. Mighty Geek, do you want to decipher that for us? Or maybe is something wrong with us that we don't understand?
I don't know what it meant, but I saw Top Gun in there and I got excited. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's why I thought. I was like, oh, maybe they know that Dad likes Top Gun.
I remember I told you that Goose died, and then you asked me who Goose was. And I thought, I'm not a perfect parent, but I thought you knew what Top Gun was. So
I haven't seen a lot of Tom Cruise, truthfully.
I like Tom Cruise. He's got it. He's got zazz. He's got zizzle and pizzazz. All those Hollywood words.
Seems like he has grit.
There you go. Well, he's not a big man. He's a little man, and he's achieved a lot.
Yeah,
so,
he's a short king.
He's a short king. We love a short king. I remember being in third grade at Westwood Elementary School in San Diego, California, running around fighting over who was Iceman and who was Maverick and who was Sundowner and all that stuff from Top Gun. It was fantastic.
There is actually, for those of you who don't know, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right though. There is a Top Gun restaurant in downtown, like Seaport, San Diego, right, Dad?
Yes. Right across from the Hyatt Hotel, right by the San Diego Comic-Con. There's a Kansas City barbecue, whatever, and it's in the movie Top Gun. And boy, do they let you know. It's all over the windows there. Yeah.
And one of your teachers was in that movie.
Yeah, my brother's biology teacher, freshman year of high school, Mr. Bird. He was on the 1984 U.S. Olympic volleyball team, and he is he's Goose in the volleyball scenes. He actually, because that movie was filmed here, a lot of it in San Diego, up in Oceanside is where Kelly McGillis's house is. You take my breath away. Doom, doom, doom.
I just know fly to the.
Oh my gosh, that's Kenny Loggins rocking his face off. Danger Zone.
That is such a good car ride song. When I had some friends that went to college in Cal State Monterey Bay, so me and one of my other friends, we'd go visit her, and it was like a 7-hour drive, which is honestly fun with your friends. But we had like the best music, and Danger Zone was one of the songs. And my friend she got into it. She was like, yeah, she was so, we're like driving through this little cow town, just getting down. But wait, Mighty Geek Studios responded. They said, I'm quoting Top Gun, comparing you and Minnie to the best of.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. But yeah, San Diego is definitely a Navy town, as you know, Mr. Naval Officer, Mighty Geek Studios. It's and I'm sure you've been to Pendleton. I'm sure that you've been to NAS Miramar. It's MCAS Miramar now. But yeah, when you live here in town, you can see the jets flying around all the time. I love seeing the Ospreys. Those are the ones where they have the propellers, and the propellers turn up so it could take off like a helicopter and all that. I just saw one the other day on the parked right off the 5 freeway in Camp Pendleton. But San Diego's a big old Navy town, and we love it. We take a lot of pride in it. I think most locals do. I love when the San Diego Padres, the Major League Baseball team here, they wear camouflage uniforms sometimes.
Yeah, for them.
That's really fun. But in Top Gun, it was the base in Top Gun, the school, in real life and in the movie was Miramar, which is right centrally located in San Diego. Now the main Top Gun school has been out in Nevada for years, I believe, but it was here for quite a while. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it, how many bases are in San Diego. Like, we're a very big military town. We have 32nd Street, Coronado, Point Loma, Miramar,
Pendleton.
Pendleton. And then there was another one, and I can't remember what it is, but they're like everywhere. And then they have the training camp for the Marines in Point Loma.
Right. And then the Padres have 4. They have first, second, and third, and then home base. They have all those.
Okay.
But it's a dad joke for Thursday.
No,
you don't have to do that. I have it on my phone. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
I want to say hi to the chat.
I have an app that does just that.
I'm ready.
This is the ham horn.
I have a really fun story about that noise. I used to go to my friend's house like every Friday and like watch SVU religiously. And every time they would say some line or they would catch the perp, I would play that on my phone, but I would do it for like a minute, like, and I did it so much. The parents loved me. They treated me like their own, but I did it so much. There was a rule made that I was not allowed to play that sound after midnight.
Oh.
So sorry, Lane and Ruth. I didn't mean to do that to you guys. It was just fun. So
there you go.
Yeah, let's see the chat. Andrew Wilson says wide receiver, not Washington. I'm not sure what you're referencing. That's probably
I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know.
What's going on? Okay, John says hello all. Hi, John, and thank you for saying congratulations. I'm having fun. I'm honestly really proud. I feel like I'm making so much progress because comedy has become not only my work, but my social life, which is, it's going to happen, but I'm having a good time. Timmy Mello says, hello, everyone. Hi, Timmy. I hope you're doing well. And then Mighty Geek Studios says, I have, and the Osprey is one of the loudest planes ever built. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he said I was saying he spent time at the bases around here. And the Osprey is that one, it's a jet, well, it's a propeller plane, but it's like a helicopter. The blades, they're face forward, but they can go on top. They rotate, so it can do vertical takeoff and landing. It's really cool. I just saw one on Sunday when I was driving back from LA. It was right there in Camp Pendleton. It was spinning up. I think they were getting ready to take off.
Okay.
I like this Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. That sounds like a cool organization.
It does sound really
all
cool.
The crazy guys out at 29 Palms who do their R&R in San Diego. That's true. They come into town for their rest and relaxation. I love driving around Oceanside because you just see like 18, 19-year-old guys everywhere with the shaved heads. Like, you know what I mean? The military.
You can spot that military haircut a mile away.
And then the official car of I just joined the Marines is a Mustang or a what's the Dodge one? It's like a Challenger or a Charger.
Ram? Oh no, yeah, Mustang or a Dodge Challenger, or also what I noticed as a Chevy Cruze. They always have Chevy Cruzes. Let's see. Luna Comics says, "What are we talking about today? We're talking about comedy. We're talking about the military, and whatever you guys are in the mood to talk about."
Yeah, we're talking about somehow Top Gun came up.
Oh yeah, because somebody said I was great, like Top Gun. So we're talking about how great I am.
Right. We should do the rest of the show with Vocal Fry.
Vocal Fry. You guys can't see my mic, but here it is. Let's go. I actually knew a guy. I just dated him very shortly, but he had a Vocal Fry, and he's not from San Diego. He's from San Francisco, but he'd be like all the time. And I was like, "What's wrong with you?"
A man who sounded like a Kardashian.
He'd be like, he's like, "You want to go get fed?" And I was like, "What are you doing?" But to each their own. Maybe that's just like the way he liked to talk. John is saying hello to everybody. Let's see. Timmy Mello says, "Love the Tesla bumper image startup. The stream Tesla may be the most important yet underprompted scientist when it comes to wireless technology."
There's that quote. Someone asked Albert Einstein what it was like to be the smartest man in the world, and he said, "I don't know. Why don't you ask Nikola Tesla?"
That's so wonderful.
Nikola Tesla, he invented the AC and the DC. He invented wireless. He invented induction charging. He invented all the crap we're still using now. There's a biography of him called The Wizard, and it's like a 30-hour long audiobook or whatever, and it's fascinating. And Thomas Edison is a bastard. Thomas Edison, the light bulb, okay, he gets some credit there. Thomas Edison stole so much stuff. He was more like a good talker and a good businessman. But as far as being the great inventor, Nikola Tesla, man, got ripped off by Thomas Edison. But yeah, check out Nikola Tesla's fascinating. One of my favorite dudes. That's why I threw him up there. I gave it when I designed that little thumbnail for this. I gave him glowing red eyes. Then they look creepy, so I took it off.
Wouldn't want to offend the dead.
Right. Well, I don't know. I wanted it to look inviting to me. I wanted it to look cool. So
watch our stream. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Minnie, when are you recording your first comedy album? That's a really good question. Honestly, I think I would record something this year. I was just gifted this microphone by my parents from Christmas, and then I also 1 second.
No, that was your Kwanzaa present.
Yeah, it was my Kwanzaa present because we're woke. I also got this microphone that you can plug into your phone, but when I record, I can literally hear it through here. It must have been made like in some other country, but it works. So I do have a podcast. I have a page for it. It's Mini Thoughts Pod. I'll put the link for it in just a second.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start with that, and then I'll start doing my comedy stuff. I'm working on like my first 15 minutes. I have about 7 minutes right now. So that's what I'm doing this month in April. I'm just getting 15 minutes of material. I have an audition coming up, so I'm trying to focus on that. And then I have another show next week. So But yeah, I'm just trying out new material right now. I had a host last night, so I couldn't do as much new stuff as I wanted to. But as soon as I have any sort of album, I will let you guys know. Maybe I'll even be like, hey, Dad, I want a fundraiser for the album. We'll see what happens. Like anything could happen. Yeah, anything. So
I saw on Amazon a lavalier mic, the little clip-on ones.
Yeah.
That Bluetooth connects to your phone. So you maybe could record your act just for like putting highlights on the internet. You could catch the sound and record the video.
That would be great.
Phone. So we could look at that. John says he knew Vocal Fry. I think I met him once. So there you go. Edison was a marketer.
That's a good word for it. That's the professional way of saying scammer.
Right. No, well, we got to give him the light bulb. He came up with the fact that the filament and the light, the problem with them, I'm going to go into science for a minute here. They would burn out quickly in just minutes.
Yeah.
And he realized that charcoal burnt forever, but wood burnt quickly, but charcoal's wood. What did they do? They burned wood really slowly, and that makes charcoal. So he figured out if they burned the filaments really low and slow, they can make it a similar thing, and that's how he figured out. And the way you do that is to make a vacuum in the light bulb, so there's almost no oxygen, and then it burns it slowly. So he just said he figured that out one day, just thinking after thousands of trials on the light bulb. That's why they pop, because it's a vacuum, and again, the lack of oxygen helps the filament burn slowly. That is your free science lesson of the day.
You guys get to laugh and learn. It's a 2
there
for
you go.
1.
Laugh, live, laugh, learn, love.
Live, laugh, learn, love. Every person that has that is fake. Okay.
Right.
Peter Orchard Studio says, "What's up, everyone? I recognize your username. You were part of the art contest. We will be."
He did a great piece. He did a great piece. It got an honorable mention. Oh, amazing! The people in the art contest. I'm going to do another one for the second 30 days. The winner, what's his name? The real Sean Crummell. I'm going to pay him today, and then Gunsmut was so happy they won. I'm going to send them their books. They told me to donate their $100 to this charity.
Oh,
isn't that wonderful?
That's wonderful. I had no idea.
Yeah. So Gunsmut said, "No, go ahead and donate to this charity." So
that's so sweet. Do you know what the charity is?
It's in my Instagram. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to dox them at all. But I have a picture of it on my desktop. Actually, I took a screenshot of it so I could tell you. Let me quick look.
Timmy Mello said, "You guys should also look up Walter Russell, whose notes on light impressed even Tesla." Right. Yeah, it's amazing to see the greats and then see who inspires them, because I think people that are great and successful, they recognize other people that are like that, and they are so like humble about it, and they recognize it. And I love stuff like that. I don't like when someone is super hateful and they're like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Like, I like hearing who inspires the greats. Like, I love Joe Rogan. I think he's great and he's fantastic. And he has mentioned this comic that I see that's up and coming named David Lucas. He was just in San Diego and he is so funny. He's this big black guy who is hilarious. But to me, I it's such a honorable thing, I think, to be mentioned by Joe Rogan. So I was like, oh, go David Lucas. Like, you're at the Comedy Store. That's so cool. Okay. Let's see.
That's really cool. I had to edit this photo because at the top of the original screenshot had this person's home address so I could send them the free comics.
Oh, so man. Okay.
Oh, and I almost showed it, and I was like reading it, like, so that was close. Sorry, Gunsmut, almost got you. Didn't mean to, but I didn't get you. But this is what they said. As far as prize money, if you want to donate it to this campaign, Give, Send, Go, Freedom Van, click here to give now to Legends Freedom Van by Stephen Hendrickson. So I'll find the link, and we could dump that in the chat if anyone else wants to check it out. I thought that was so beautiful that I offered someone cold, hard cash, and they're like, nah, give it to someone who really needs it. That's
really
nice.
Sweet. That's so sweet.
I love seeing stuff like that. So
the horror one said you should be a scientist, Gabe. You're right. My dad should be a scientist, a lawyer, and a public speaker. It's so crazy. Like, you see your parents and what they're good at, but also like the traits that you inherit from them. I am not a shy person at all. Like, I don't. Right. I mean, I guess I get embarrassed with certain things, but like public speaking obviously doesn't faze me. I do stand up, but I see so much of myself in my dad, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just like him. Like, I could do public speaking easily.
Are you wondering if a beard's ever going to come in?
No, I'm good. I already hate shaving.
You know how hilarious? Do you know what this joke is? Talking about the charity.
Is it something about like peaceful protesting?
George Costanza comes up with the fake fund so he can give everyone a gift at Christmas that's bullshit. He's like, I donated $1 jillion in your name to the Human Fund so he can get out of action. I think that's the premise of it. And of course, he gets caught. And Jerry.
I love that show. I love that in Curb.
Wow, look at this. Mighty Geek Studios. As I said last night, that a few of my friends backed your book based on the name alone.
That's wonderful. Okay, chat. I want you guys to when things have clever names, it instantly intrigues you, right? Because when I do eventually have my 1 hour special, I have 3 names that I have come up with so far. Because I like clever names. So I like First Place Loser, Miserable Pleasure, and then Habitual Winner. I think all of those are super clever. And I'm like, oh, I wonder which one would like entangle people the most or pique their interest. And I was telling somebody that, like the names, and they annoyed me so much. They're like, why don't you just say it's called This Is a 1 Hour Special? And I was like, be quiet. Like, I'm the comedian, not you. But
okay, well, First Place Loser, Habitual Winner, and what?
First Place Loser, Miserable Pleasure, and then Habitual Winner. All of those are super clever and silly. So yeah, I want to know from the chat if like names like that are like, if they pique your interest.
So we put it in the chat. We put a poll up there.
Oh, you can do polls? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's right at the bottom of the chat. There's a little graph. I think only I can do it since
I probably can't do it.
Right. So that is in there. We need votes.
Yeah, guys, vote for which one piques your interest the most. I will have 3 specials, and all 3 of them will be named that. But it just depends on the order. Okay. Somebody asked a question about the Comedy Store. 1 second. I'm gonna do. You know what? Habitual Winner. Oh wow, everybody likes Miserable Pleasure. Cool. Okay. Somebody asked a question. Oh, Timmy Mello said, since you're familiar with the Comedy Store, have you met Sam Tripoli? That guy seems to be all over the comedy and podcasting. I did meet him like 2 different times. And when I worked at the kitchen in the Comedy Store in LA, I saw him all the time. He was there a couple nights a week. He's always on everybody's podcast. He's always very nice to me. I don't really personally know him, but he seems like a funny dude. Are you a big fan? I know that he just had 2 babies during the pandemic, and he calls them like Ghost and Ninja, which I think is super funny. I don't know if those are their real names. I don't know. Celebrities always gave their kids crazy names, which is cool. But yeah, he seemed like a song. What?
Is it cool to give crazy names?
I think weird names are cool. I know we don't agree on that, but I love weird names.
No, a human has to live with it. It's not a joke.
I know, but it's fun.
Oh, good, Luna. Luna's trying to get better. He's not trying. He is getting better at drawing. And he got that Andrew Loomis book. It'll arrive tomorrow.
Oh, I think you mentioned that on the stream like a couple weeks ago.
Good job. Proud of you, buddy. Let me grab something. Hold on.
Reynold Rosa said, if I ever publish a book of short stories, I'm going to call it Not Fit for Human Consumption. See, that would pique my interest. I want to know. Like, why isn't it? Is it gross? Is it fun? Like, what's going on? I like
Well, that's why when people ask me, why beef law?
Yeah, because it piques your interest.
Like, it's impossible to ignore beef law. It's an insane name.
Yeah.
This is the book. The green screen's going to eat it a little bit, but I don't care.
Oh, she looks so pretty.
This is Andrew Loomis, one of probably the greatest American illustrator in my opinion. We're talking about pencil and all. I mean, he was a painter too and all that. J.C. Leyendecker is probably the greatest American painter. Green screen's eating everything up. But this book, if you want to know how to draw, there are 3 books that by Andrew Loomis, 3 major books. There's a few more. There's Fun with the Pencil. There's Drawing the Head and Hands. And there's one. I have all of them. And they did not publish these for like 60 years, these books. And they finally started publishing them again about 10, 15 years ago. And it's just amazing stuff by Andrew Loomis. And he also goes into business, like business advice for artists and illustrators and all that. But if you can draw it, he breaks it down. Buildings, animals, people, perspective, everything. Truly a genius of illustration, Andrew Loomis. I recommend that. And I'm really glad Luna took my advice to get a hold of that book.
Good job, Luna Comics.
Let's go.
USA. That's just fun to chant. Let's see. Anonymity. I can't read. I'm dumb.
Anonymity.
That's what I thought it was, but I felt like I sounded like Nemo, like anonymity. T2 says, oh yeah, Gen Z on Truth, Justice, the American Way, Gabe. I made it to like 2:45 last night and then woke up at my desk. Oh, because you were watching the stream. Okay.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got to, at 48,000, Sean had to eat a pound of pound cake, and he did it. And the only thing I had handy was a brownie. So I just shoved the whole brownie in my mouth. And as
tell them about the Big Mac in high school.
Oh, my friend asked me if I could eat it in one bite. So I crushed a Big Mac into a ball and shoved it into my mouth. But yeah, we were eating brownies and pound cake last night. And As I told Gary, we did not cover ourselves in glory last night. That was that was a disgusting display. But Shant and I don't drink, so that's what most you're going to get out of us. So, yeah.
Okay, what's
looks like Timmy knows Sam, and honey, it's Tripoli. Grandpa was born in Tripoli.
Oh shit! I said
That's
Tripoli.
our family is from Tripoli. There's literally a neighborhood called El Taib there.
I really thought it was like Italian, so it was like Tripoli, like Chipotle, even though Chipotle is Mexican.
It's Tripoli. That's like
Okay,
you're a generation removed from there.
But he's not Middle Eastern, is he?
That doesn't matter.
I don't know. I want to know now. Okay. Anyways, we'll just call him Sam. Timmy Mello says Sam's awesome and a really nice.
Sorry. I didn't mean to click.
And a really nice guy. He's definitely my hero in the comedy scene and a true trailblazer with his desire to create a platform for free speech and comedy. I noticed that he doesn't really go with like the mainstream media, and he's definitely a rebel, which I admire because it's so easy to get canceled or I don't want to go to a show. So like, yeah, I noticed that during the pandemic. He's also like a huge conspiracy theorist. Now that I think about it, I like went down like the rabbit hole. Like
I love conspiracy theories. I don't believe them, but I love them.
I love them, and I believe some of them. Like there's some.
I believe that I want to believe. I don't believe that there were giants in America. That the U.S. government and the Smithsonian got a hold of the skeletons and ground them up into dust and destroyed all the evidence of the giants that used to rule this continent.
But why couldn't we handle that knowledge?
I don't know if that's true or not, but I love it. It's such a comic book, that story.
Yeah.
It's so like BPRD, Hellboy, like mysterious past. I love that stuff so much.
Oh shoot. GZ stands for Grats. My bad.
Okay. Oh, I want to know what you thought of this, because you were saying people, they want to cancel people, blah, blah, blah. And I think human beings are so funny. When we want to call someone else stupid, we make a tone of voice.
Yeah.
And everyone knows it. We're not going to do it. We'll be silent for a minute. What does a woman sound like when she's calling a man an idiot and impersonating him? And what does a man sound like when he's calling a woman an idiot and impersonating her? Okay. So I'll do the man impersonating a woman when she's being an idiot. And then what do women do when they impersonate men? Every freaking time. Every time. I want to meet a man and a woman that speak like that, actually.
They're like a couple that fights all the time.
You're like, oh, have you met John and Sarah? And he's like, hi, my name is John.
My name is Sarah.
Oh, my goodness. I love that so much.
It's universal because we're sick of each other. I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were saying how, like, statistically, if you get murdered, it's most likely your spouse. And I was telling him, I was like, I don't get that. Like, you're in love with them. Like, why would you do that? And he goes, because over the years, you grow to hate them. And I was like, stop. Don't say that.
That's so cynical and terrible.
I know. But let's see. Let's see what the chat has to say.
I was speaking of giants, and Timmy Mello is referencing the Nephilim. The Bible does say something about angels not being able to resist the daughters of men and having children with them that were men of great renown. They were giants with 6 fingers and 6 toes. I want to believe those skeletons were here and that the government's hiding them.
The Bible also says something about the Kraken. It says that it's real.
It says Leviathan is the word it uses. You know?
Yeah, I didn't know the word, but I knew there was some big creature.
Yeah, so Leviathan and Behemoth. It's in Job. When he's telling Job, like, I created this. Like, who are you, basically? Where were you when I laid the corners of the earth? That's the kind of thing that'll make you go, okay, never mind. I'll cut the attitude.
Sorry.
Oh, I love this. I love crap like this.
Timmy Mello, the most fascinating conspiracy to me is the Hollow Earth. Yes. I love stuff like that.
Yes, that's why they don't let anyone go to Antarctica. That's where the entrance is.
Probably.
I've heard that I read that on the internet. So
so I don't know about you guys, but where we live, after midnight on certain radio stations, they have like a conspiracy theory radio station where you can call in and share your stories. Dad and I will like go to like McDonald's or whatever, and we'll listen to it. And I'm just I want to sit with these people for like a day and just live their life. Like I just want to know.
It's called Coast to Coast AM.
Yeah.
Hosted by George Noory. The original host, he died a few years ago. I forgot Art Bell. Art Bell, he lived out in Area 51. He hosted this great show, and everyone in the comic business knows it because you're up late at night drawing and inking and coloring. And this show is on, I think, more stations in America than any other show. It's on like 1,500 radio stations around the country, but it's on from like, midnight to 3 a.m. or something. And I love Coast to Coast AM because I don't want to make fun of the people. They're always talking about ghosts and werewolves, past lives, time travelers, sidekicks, everything like Stranger Things, like secret government experiments to do psychic, dimensional, whatever. But the best one I ever heard was a trucker calling in to George Nuri or Art Bell. I don't remember which guy. And he said that he had been abducted by aliens driving his long-haul semi in the middle of the night, the loneliest road in America, that I-50 in Nevada or I-80 or whatever it is. He said he saw a bright flash. It's a straight road just through the desert, just straight. He saw a bright flash. He went unconscious. And then when he awoke, he was 2 miles down the road.
Just fell asleep for 2 miles. How did he not crash his semi?
He said the aliens teleported him 2 miles. I'm like, I think you fell asleep for
Dude,
a minute and a half.
Lucky he didn't crash. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, there's a comment here. Asking your wife how her day went, and she gives you a play-by-play of the whole day. The thought of murder may pass through your mind. Murder yourself, though. Here's the thing about women. Listen, after 3 characters in your story, I'm not listening anymore. And then that's when Sarah said to Wendy, and Wendy, you got to remember, she's Michelle's sister, but she's really her half-sister because the dad killed the mom. And it's just like, your eyes are just rolling back in your head like, I just don't even care.
Okay, I am not guilty of that. I'm very good at storytelling, and I get to the point. My brother and my mom are the worst storytellers in the history, and they think that we're mean. And I'm just like, no. They'll be like, okay, so it was 50 degrees outside, 76% humidity. There was a light rain. There was a Toyota Corolla. It's like, dude, just tell me that someone ran over ice cream and move on. I don't care. And they ran out of chocolate chips. It's like, dude, you could have just said that in the beginning.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So ladies, I just want to know. Yeah, I remember my mom talking to my stepdad or something about this very problem. And she said, men are headlines, women are details. I said,
that's a good way to put it.
Fair enough.
Ooh, for those of you that are, anyone that's just streaming in right now, the poll at the top of the chat, when I do have my 1 hour special one day, I just want to know what you guys think is the best name because I like clever names. So there's first place loser, habitual winner, and miserable pleasure. I just think it's like a fun play on words. So let me know.
Wow.
1 second.
The poll's going good. We've got, I'll throw it up there and then we'll get to this comment by Anonymity T2. Habitual winner's running away, but we're only 24 votes in. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see. The Arizona or Nevada desert or something had a story a while back on one of them mystery shows. The tribe talked how their ancestors trapped a race of giants in a cave and all that. Who was the famous cowboy show guy? Was it Wyatt Earp? He would travel the country doing his famous cowboy shooting show with Annie Oakley. I think it was Wyatt Earp. I could be wrong. And in his diary, he talked about how the Native Americans, when they would meet, they do the hand up symbol. And he wrote in his diary that a tribe told him that that's a race of giants would meet that way to see if they have the 6 fingers or the 5 fingers.
Oh, that's cool.
I love this stuff. I love it. It's so crazy, all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Keely Chow just came in and said, hey, everybody, what's going on? We are talking about conspiracy theories. The poll is for my 1 hour special, what you think the name should be, and just anything else you guys want to talk about. I love conspiracy theories, but I also like real scary stories. And when I say real, it's like stuff from the internet, but like that stuff is just so intriguing.
Yeah. I don't like this. Those Nephilim, the half angel, half humans.
Yeah.
They're believed to be the children of angels and humans. They are wanted by neither heaven or hell. They're condemned to a non-corporeal, meaning not having a body, existence where they feel hunger and thirst forever. That's terrible. And I said forever.
Forever. I am sad forever. I don't have an existence. Okay.
That is not cool. That is not fun.
That's sad.
Oh, Bob Lazar or Lazar. I say Lazar. The scientist that had supposedly reverse engineered UFOs to Area 51. He's been on Rogan a few times. I saw some clips. I don't know if it's all BS, but when the guy says all his details, all his science, it's all pretty good. It's all pretty solid. So he's either a great liar or he's onto something. I hope he's onto something.
Do you remember like in 2019 when everyone was obsessed with Area 51? They all went there and it was like clap them alien booty cheeks. And it was just That was a better time. I miss that time.
Right. Wyatt Earp? Or was it Buffalo Bill? I don't know. One of them had the Traveling Cowboy Show, but in the diary of one of those two, he talked about Native Americans, telling him about the six-fingered legend that the Native Americans had. So who knows?
Mighty Geek Studios says, Gabe El Taib, you made over 48K on Indiegogo. What are you gonna do now?
I'm going to Disneyland. That's from if you're from the 80s, you know that saying. So
yeah.
What am I gonna do now? I'm gonna double it, and then I'm gonna double it again. And then I'm going to quadruple it. Guys, major developments today that are of the hugest kind. They're huge. They're huge. And the second month of this campaign is going to be something you won't believe. And I'm grateful for every little scintilla, if I can use a big word. It means spark in Latin. Scintilla of support that I've been given by you beautiful people. It's really wonderful. So, and in fact, should I show the book off, or should we keep talking about conspiracy stuff?
Well, you can do both. Show the book, and then we'll keep talking about conspiracy theories.
Okay.
There's no rules.
Right. There's no rules, just right. It's Outback. Today's show is brought to you by Outback.
They're blooming onion. Ooh.
A blooming onion.
A blooming onion. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Truth, Justice, and American Way by the great David Williams, Gary Martin, and myself. The log line for this. Oh, guys, I want to tell you what happened with this book today, and I can't, but you'll see. It's just God's hand. Minnie, I haven't even told you yet, and it's like some of the biggest stuff that's happened.
Guys, I live with him, and I don't even know everything that's going on. So don't ever think that he's keeping stuff from you.
I woke up to some amazing news about this book. The log line for this book is, what if the fake news canceled the world's most beloved heroes? So just feel that in your head. What do we all think about fake news? What do we all think about canceling? What do we think about our favorite heroes that we love? Well, that's what David Williams came to me with this story. He's a great illustrator, designer, and everything. A true brother in Christ, just an amazing guy. We tricked Gary Martin into being the inker on this book. So, and I'm coloring and then co-writing. I'll be the main dialogue script guy, but Dave and I are co-writing this. Let me give you the 45-second pitch on this. Truth, Justice, American Way. They're the world's most beloved heroes. Kids everywhere are wearing the t-shirt, playing with the toys, eating the cereal, watching the cartoon, playing the video game all at once, believe it or not. They're on all the late night talk shows. Everybody's screaming and laughing with delight. To say this is one of the true romances between the public and celebrity, it's putting it lightly. This is Bieber fever, Beatlemania, all rolled into one. At the height of their popularity, the absolute worst happens. Many lives are lost. There's a horrible attack. And we know how social media, fake news, 24-hour news cycle, we all know how it works. People start looking into them and saying, did they do all they could to save lives? Because it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're just out there enjoying private jets and limousines and all that and being stars. And like that, media firestorm completely canceled. Government's after them. Military's after them. Their friends want nothing to do with them. Their bank accounts are frozen. Their headquarters, everybody knows where it is because they're so beloved. They have to run from that. They go completely underground. And they have to figure out who really did this attack, who's setting them up, and can they even trust each other? Well, they don't have a lot of time to figure this out because if they don't hurry, a much worse disaster is coming. And this time, it'll cost millions of lives. That is what the first thrilling edition of Truth, Justice, American Way is about. And I'm giving you back what they took from you. When you see woke Lord of the Rings and we see what they've done to our beautiful Star Wars, look what they did to my boy. Look what they did to Star Wars. When you see what they did, because I'm just like you guys out there. I was minding my own effing business. I don't cuss as much anymore. Thank you. I was minding my own business, drawing comic books, loving comic books, reading comic books. And you were out there maybe drawing them for fun as a hobby, reading them for sure, and then just enjoying them. And the SJWs came in, started calling you weirdos and bigots because you didn't want them to change all your stuff. I'm giving it back to you. Everything you loved about it is everything I loved about it. So David and I get away from the mainstream and just give you back those amazing, thrilling adventures. And you'll notice in my description of our story, I didn't say feminist once. I didn't say SJW, liberal. I didn't say any of that because nobody wants to be preached at from the left or the right. This is just pure fun. What you had, I'm giving it right back to you. So I love you guys for supporting me. The link is in the chat. The link is in the description. The link is probably in all kinds of places. So please click it. And please, if you love that description, if you love that pitch just now, you will love buying this book. Thank you so much. What do you think, hon? Pretty good?
I loved it. Yeah. I was like looking at my eyelashes later telling the story.
You're not a fake geek. You're not a fake geek girl, huh?
Oh, I just love supporting the arts. But yeah,
Right.
no, guys, back the book. Thank you guys for backing it. It is amazing. It was so much fun coming home last night after me hosting and Dad doing his stream. It's just funny. And he was like, "Oh, I'm done." I'm like, "Oh, I just got done too. I'm exhausted." So
Right.
it was a good time.
Yeah, it was
But,
absolutely a
yeah.
great time. So we were talking about like crypto stuff, like secret conspiracy theories and all that. And we don't watch a lot of TV at this household. I watch football, but to my credit, I watch it recorded, like DVR, no commercials, no penalties, no timeouts, because I don't want to waste time. I watch an entire Bronco game once a week in about 45 minutes. So I don't sit around watching a lot of TV. But when I go to Las Vegas or I go anywhere and I stay in a hotel, inevitably I will end up at night watching like 5 episodes in a row of Squatching or Naked and Afraid. And it's such a guilty pleasure to sit there and watch TV. Because again, we don't do it at home. We don't just sit and like watch endless episodes of whatever's, The Big Bang Theory. That show gets picked on a lot. But
I have a story about that.
Minnie, what do you think of Squatching? What do you
Squatching
think
is
about?
fun. I like people that are.
Hold on. I'll let you go. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'll let you go. But they are geniuses. The producers of the show. They're like what 8, 9, 10 seasons in. They have not shown one hair on a Sasquatch's booty. And they are still making money off this show. What do you think of Squatching?
I love Squatching, and I love when someone is confident in their beliefs. They're not like, "Oh, maybe I'll go." No, they believe it. They have their homemade devices. I support it 100%. Go find Sasquatch. Go leave some beef jerky for him. Go find his hair. Go find his wife. I love stuff like that. Oh, Mom's in the chat. She said, and the Alaskan bushcraft.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'll interrupt. We'll get right back to cryptids and all the weird conspiracy theories coast to coast. Power Up J-Bot said, Gabe, not to sound like a jerk, but what if the world's greatest heroes were canceled by the fake news? Might sound better. Ooh, reverse it. Let's try it. What if the fake news canceled the world's most beloved heroes? Or what if the world's most beloved heroes were canceled by the fake news? Is he onto something?
I like theirs. I like his.
I think you're right, J-Bot, but you get no credit or any money from this. You don't own this just because you came up with that. Copyright 2022, Gabe El Taib. Yeah, I think that was helpful. It's a work in progress. I'm just fooling around with everyone, but yeah, A/B testing is great. So, but yeah, okay. So we're back on Squatching. That one I don't like as much. I love Naked and Afraid. I really do. I think it's really cool seeing all the survival stuff and all that.
That name is so funny because like Naked and Afraid. Oh, an ass! Like it's just funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, I do really love it. I do really love, and I know this is like really funny because you're in Las Vegas for a week and you're hanging out and having who's coming in? Is Gene coming in?
Yeah.
That's your dog? Okay, now the dog's gonna be on stream.
Yeah, my boy.
Hi, Gene.
Hi, baby.
Do you watch Naked and Afraid?
He's always naked and afraid. He's just naked and nervous.
Oh my goodness. I do love it though, because they get like diarrhea and bit by bugs and they don't quit. And they make it the whole 22 days and they lose like 30 pounds.
Yeah, they stick it out.
They look like warmed over death and they get through it. And then you're sitting there on the hotel bed, you've already eaten at 7 restaurants in one day in Las Vegas, because that's pretty much what there is to do. And Gene the dancing machine. And then you're like, I could survive out in the wilderness. You still have like barbecue sauce in the corner of your mouth from dinner, and you just I don't know. Are you a fan of that one or Squatching, or which is your hotel?
Squatching's probably my favorite. I don't know if it got canceled, but like Duck Dynasty.
Oh, that's old. Yeah, that's older. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good. But
and then Mom liked this weird Alaskan family. They'd never come to civilization.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. And like they're like older and they have like boots and stuff. I know what you're saying.
And then one of the guys ran like a monkey. He would run with his hands and his feet through the Alaskan bush and all that. Oh, I just showed my shirt on stream and my gorgeous muscles. I wore this shirt to Trader Joe's one day, and the cashier was like a hippie soy boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me, "Were you even old enough to vote in that election?" And to my credit, I didn't roast him back, but I thought it. And I won't say what I thought because it's mean. But whenever I wear this shirt, I always think about that guy getting mad that I was wearing it. because he was some sort of leftist.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What is everybody saying? John says, I think the Duck Dynasty people have a podcast or something now. I hope they do. I just remember they all had awesome beards, and I thought it was freaking cool.
Ew, they now have a show on Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalkers are like, I think, not werewolves, but I think they're like people that turn into like werecats or where. I could be all off on this Skinwalker.
No, Skinwalker is like a scary dead thing. I see that as a meme on TikTok all the time. Yeah.
Okay, let me go take a look at a skin. I'm gonna Google Skinwalker. I'm gonna Bing it with Google.
Okay, sounds good.
Skinwalker. What is a Skinwalker?
Sean, the winner from last week, I think, says, evening, folks. Dropping by to say hello. My dog is adorable. Thank you, guys. Jean says hi. He's a baby.
Okay. Yeah, a Skinwalker is an evil shapeshifter who has the power to transform into any animal. Blah.
Yeah, they're like shift shapers.
Shape shifters. Yeah.
Ship shifters. They make yachts. They make cruise ships. Everybody be quiet, Jean.
Okay. So yeah, we had it in the chat already. They're basically like witches that turn into animals.
Yeah, they're weird, but yeah,
Okay.
people always post like pictures from their security cameras, and there's like a weird light, or there's something they don't know, and they're like, "Is it a Skinwalker?"
Well, you don't know because you were too little, but aliens. You know the classic almond-shaped head of the gray alien with the.
Are they like Roswell? Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah, the Roswell aliens. They're called grays, I think. Those got so huge in pop culture in like the early mid 90s. There was this movie called Fire in the Sky about a real abduction, but it was a fake movie, but it was some based on true events. And aliens got so huge in pop culture, and Area 51 blew up in the 90s. That became a pop cultural thing in the 90s, not the 80s. And it's so funny that as soon as everyone had a cell phone with a camera, all the alien abduction stories disappeared from the news.
Do you remember? Okay, so I was really little, but I saw it like late night on. I feel like I was at my grandpa's house and I wasn't supposed to be watching the channel. But the guys that did the lines in the cornfields and everyone thought it was aliens.
Right. Yeah, that was another 90s thing. Yeah,
That was a great prank.
Yeah, and it was just a perfect time because like X-Files is basically monster of the week kind of television, but there was a big story in the background of the entire X-Files series of a conspiracy with the U.S. government and gray aliens and prehistoric Neolithic times and stuff. And that was the big story over like the 9 or 8 seasons of X-Files. But aliens, Roswell, the aliens we see on the way to Las Vegas at that jerky place.
Yeah.
Those are the 1990s like grays or whatever. As soon as everyone's cell phone had a camera, nobody got abducted by aliens anymore.
You probably just can't see it. They probably take the phone.
That's what the aliens do. They take the phone and they break it.
Yeah, they break it. They hurt the satellite. Cranberry Langers is here.
Cranberry Langers. You have to say it in British.
It's Tuesday. Cranberry Langers says, hello, monsieur, and El type. Hi. Nice to see you. I'm just chilling with Jean.
Speaking of how big aliens were, so in 1990,
it paused.
Will Smith's movie Independence Day came out, where a bunch of flying saucers invade the Earth, and he fights them off with his F-15 or whatever. But him and Jeff Goldblum, the guy from Jurassic Park and The Fly, and actually from the first Death Wish, he was one of the rapists in Death Wish. The way they defeat the aliens is how they always defeat aliens in movies, where they destroy the mothership, and then all the drone ships die, all the alien ships flying around. Well, they put a virus on the alien ship. Now, on the alien ship's computer, they give the computer a computer virus. Now, I don't mean to be pedantic here or overly Comic-Con panel, but it always made me wonder, hold on. How could American computers use the same programming systems as the alien computers? Furthermore, how could the centronics of the two different dongles that need to connect coincidentally be the same shape? Am I supposed to believe that this 1 in a trillion chance is possible? How could you as humans give aliens a computer virus?
Because
I still want to know.
It was probably, and it's Microsoft. I don't know. They always have viruses. Apple is superior.
The aliens, they're plotting their attack. They're watching the Earth for centuries. And they get like in our atmosphere or whatever with their ships. And they go to launch their missiles and their bullets. And then on the computer screen, it says, you need to update, and it just starts auto updating the computers on their ship, and they can't.
It has that music, do 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 do, like when you start the thing.
Oh, Cranberry Langers paid more attention than me. They were flying using their computer systems. Yeah, but didn't Jeff Goldblum write a virus in Alienese?
Alienese.
I mean, he's a smart guy, but how the hell did he do that?
Alienadian. I'm trying to say Canadian.
Yeah. They told the they told the aliens to push Alt F4.
Control Q.
Right. He pushed Control Alt Delete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or on the Mac, it's Shift Command Escape. You could quit task or whatever. Yeah. So it's possible to give an alien computer a virus. Software is all math. It's binary code, which is universal. Yes, but how do they do it? I can believe in the aliens and all that. I just can't believe in that plot point. It was too weird.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you believe in the alien abduction, but the virus is where I draw the line.
That's why I put on my glasses and made that voice. Goodness.
Look at Mom's commenting on the stream. She goes, Gene's doing a sleep stream. We should just do that. We should just do like Gene sleeping as a stream. But the chat has to. No, you can't do that. I was going to say they have to send noises to wake them up. I saw a person do that.
Oh, I didn't know this plot point. Computers and their computers are the same computer we got our check from. That's what the whole thing was about. Is he saying that like the aliens had come here before? Like I missed that in the story, and that's where we got our own computer technology from years ago. Huh.
Cranberry Langer said, "You froze. We just heard yes, but."
Am I back? I have no idea.
You're back. You didn't freeze for me. It might have just been on their end. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, everyone paid more attention to the movie than me. Literature Devil says they got it from something at Roswell. Okay, guys. Okay, sorry.
No, Cranberry says you're back, guys. Did we glitch in the stream? What happened? Put a 69 in the chat if we glitched.
Yo, we here.
We out here. Let's see how the poll's doing. Let's see. Best name.
Oh, the poll. We'll see the poll. Hold on.
For anyone that's new, the poll is going to be the name for my very first comedy special. So it's first place loser, habitual winner, or miserable pleasure. I like clever names. So right now, habitual winner is winning.
All right.
Makes sense.
Well, I'm glad from 1996 to now, my wonderful friends in the chat solved it for me. The aliens arrived on the Earth previously, and then that's where we got our computer tech from for the decades. And when we came back, that's how we get in the virus. So at 17 years old, I missed that in the movie theater somehow.
Dad, Eric the Guapo says Gabe needs to update his Roswell tech.
I do. And I need to do a rewatch of all of Will Smith's oeuvre. He's one of the true cinematic masters.
What is the other one that's like scary? I can't watch it. It's I Am Legend. I don't like that one. And then the dog. Oh, it's so sad.
That's the Uncanny Valley. You didn't like that they were almost human, but not quite.
Yeah, is that what that's called? Like when
Look at Sean Crummell sticking up for me. They could have explained it better.
Yeah, you're right, Sean Crummell.
That's right.
Let's see.
That's right. And Geek Avenger just says meh. All right, so back to cryptid stuff. Do you like creepypastas?
Yes. I like okay, so I don't know if it's true. People always lie on the internet for clout. There's one subreddit called Let's Not Meet, and I think I've mentioned this before, but it's people's real life experiences, like scary stories, and not like supernatural, always like almost getting kidnapped or escaping something, or someone tried to go into my room. There was one person that said like they were looking out through their their door was slightly open and someone like went in their house and all they saw were like red long fingernails, and it was a woman, and then they left, and just it sounds creepy, just like a hand that you see. But I love stuff like that because like everyone has a spooky story, like, or you're like, oh, I just escaped X, Y, and Z, and it's just, to me, it's kind of exciting because it's like, oh, like, how did you get away, or what did you do? So,
you know what I do to never have scary dreams?
What?
When I was a kid, I was watching some cartoon, and there was like a scary alien, like and then I dreamed that night that I was in the kitchen at my parents' house, at our house, and I saw him in the window making the same face, and it scared me. And even though I was only 5, I realized, oh, you dream about your own life and things that happen during the day. And I don't know the rhyme or reason of what gets picked to be the dream or not. I don't really know. No one really knows. But whenever I'm out to this day, I realize this at 5, and it works 100% of the time. If I see something really scary or terrifying, I say to myself, don't dream about that. And that's all I do. I just say it in my head silently, and I never dream about it.
I believe you taught me that because I do that to this day. Or I'll tell myself, don't be afraid of that, Minnie, and I'll say it out loud.
Right.
Because I'm a chicken.
Yeah.
But
oh my gosh, I remember chicken. Speaking of chicken, you were dancing when you were a little kid, 3 years old, 4 years old. Minnie was very verbal at a very young age. She's like me. She had very high linguistic, gifted linguistically, you know. And she was just singing about life and this and that. And she was really happy. She's like, I love this and I love that. And then she said, I love everything. But being a little bit of a chicken, she realized that everything included bad things. So she said, I love everything but danger.
I had to clarify.
You had to clarify that for the universe. You didn't love danger, so please don't bring any my way. Oh.
Cranberry Langer says, does it work, Minnie? You know, it does. It does work because I think when you tell yourself things subconsciously, you believe them. So if you're like, I'm a loser, nobody likes me, you're going to live that. So when I say, don't be afraid of that, I really believe that. But I can't remember like the name of the verse, but I just think like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I really think that. And I like that verse also because like I do comedy downtown and there's a lot of sketchy people and it can get scary sometimes. So I'll have somebody walk me in my car or I'll call my dad. But there have been a couple times where I'm by myself and I'm like, don't be afraid. Put your shoulders out. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am not scared. I turn to my son. I'm not scared. No, I'm not scared. And it works. It works. You believe what you tell yourself. You live it out. So
right. Yeah, it does work. It does work. You know, it's not enough just to say things and believe them, though. You have to act on your beliefs, right? Faith without works is dead, right? So
yes, I
like this from Cranberry Langers. Danger can be fun. All right. We warned you. Yeah, negative internal scripting is a massive problem. Positive scripting is yes. Yeah.
Positive affirmations. Yeah.
Never say anything bad about yourself. Don't say that you're stupid or forgetful or clumsy or ugly or fat or broke. Don't say those things because your animal brain is listening and it doesn't know the difference between reality or not. Your amygdala, whatever, it's listening. So don't talk yourself down. Don't do that. That should be the name of Minnie's comedy special. I love everything but danger.
I love that. I love everything but danger. I remembered that, like just being a little kid.
But, I like this. Faith without works is like a screen door in a submarine.
When all watering.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Doesn't do shit. Okay.
All right. So we got to the Hollow Earth and we got to the Sasquatch. Do you think they will ever find the Squatch on the TV show Squatchin'?
Yes.
Do you think he's on the run from them? Like, does the Squatch know? A two-part question. I got a two-parter for you. Does the Squatch know that he's on a show? And if so, does he watch?
I think the Squatchin' is watching, but I think that the network pays him a fat check to just dodge the camera.
Oh, wow. So the Squatch, he's like a really douchey Hollywood rich guy?
Yeah, behind the scenes. He has like a mansion in the mountains.
He's in Beverly Hills. He's got a home up there? Or Hollywood
Hills?
Yeah,
well, I mean, it's so bougie up there. You would never know.
Yeah. Goodness. But he's not a good guy, huh?
Yeah, he comes. I think he could be a player. Just like a big, hairy player. Like, want to go back to my place? That's how he sounds.
Oh, my gosh. He's going to help some young actress with her lines, right?
Oh, my goodness. You know, I can make you a star. I don't know why he sounds like Louis Armstrong. I see skies of blue. Dodging the camera. Yeah.
I wonder if the Jack's Link commercial guy is any relation to the Squatch guy.
You know how much fun it would be to... same guy. Yeah, no. Why would he? Maybe he is. Maybe he's hiding in plain sight, like a lot of conspiracy theories. It's right in your face. But I think that filming a commercial like that would be so much fun. Just getting to dress up as like a hairy dude and just I eat beef jerky. But yeah, let's see. Squatch. I think that'd be a great skit. Do you guys remember what's Cranberry saying?
Hold on. In the Bible, there's the brothers, Jacob and Esau. And Esau has the super hairy body. It does talk about that. So hairy that when Jacob, the trickster, lies to their father, he puts wool all over him because the dad's blind and says, it's me. It's your son Esau. He's a total liar, Jacob. Total liar. And then it says the descendants of Cain, who killed his brother Abel in Genesis, they're cursed and wander around the world. They don't have a place to lay their heads. I wonder. Who knows? It's all very fascinating.
I know.
That's why one of my favorite comic books of all time is Planetary, because it deals with all this X-Files, alternative history, all this stuff. I follow some Instagram accounts that go into all this weirdo stuff. I think it's really fascinating.
I follow this other subreddit called Saturn Storm Cube, and it's all about conspiracy theories and symbolism and how like Elon Musk is the controlled opposition and his wife is evil. It's like some real like deep down, but like the more you look, like you're like, oh, maybe it is confirmation bias, but you guys should check that out. I'm gonna put the link in there for everybody. Put the link in the chat.
Reynolds, I called him Reynolds Rosa. The Squatch is probably living amongst us. He's probably got a job as a defensive lineman on an NFL team. Yeah, it is free agency right now. He just signed a 4-year, $68 million with the Steelers. And yeah.
How would you like that? How many years do you have to play to get that much money? Is it 1 year, 48 months per year? Or is it like 5?
Well, the way the NFL works, we go a little bit of sports ball on a thirsty Thursday. You got your rookie contract, and those are locked in. Depending on where you get drafted, you get this much money. And if you're drafted in the first round, they have you for 4 years, and they can sign you to a 5th. If you're drafted in the second through the 7th, they got you for 4 years. So you have to play on that low salary for 4. So so you have to be at least 4, maybe 5 years to get the big salary. And the average NFL career is 3 to 4 years. You see what they did there, don't you? Yeah, of course they did it on purpose. Cranberry Langas says, people have the capability to grow hair all over their bodies, correct? Those two twins have hair all over themselves. So it's possible genetically to look human who have hair. Did you want to know something fascinating about our skin? Our skin is striped like a zebra, but not in color, but in the formation of bands of flesh that are huge. Did you know that? They're like huge bands of skin like this, and you have like 10 of them on your body. So if you get like a rash or you get in different things or whatever, it can affect it in that in just that zone. So human beings are actually striped with the physical shape of your skin. I think I learned that from a dermatologist. I think it's fascinating.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
If I wasn't a comedian, I would want to be a dermatologist. Chat, if you think this is gross, I don't care. I will own it. Hygiene. Popping zits and cysts is fun, and it's fun to watch. I live for that. It's nasty and it's cool.
Oh, see, Geek Avenger knows. UV Light, the Stripe Show. And look at look at Geek Avenger's avatar. He's definitely a scientist. So
yeah, I know. I saw that earlier. And you're talking about some scientist, and he named it. I was like, oh, his username and his profile picture are fitting.
That's hilarious. And you know who that comedian is, right?
No.
That's Jerry Lewis. Lady, it's the Nutty Professor. One of the greats, one of the true greats. He passed away a few years ago, I believe. He's very old by now. So Mom's saying gross about popping zits and all that.
Okay. Mom, you're banned from the chat. No, I'm sure.
Hey, Reynolds Rosa says dermatologist is better than a proctologist.
I wrote a joke about that.
Okay.
What? I wrote a joke about that as a teenager. It's not even funny, but I was just saying, like, you can't be rude to like a proctologist. Like, you're gonna be a jerk to him, and he's just gonna like hurt you. You're like, oh, he's like, oh, sorry. Like,
why does someone choose to be a proctologist? I feel like they really love science or something. And they're able to ignore. They're able to ignore a lot of other things. Because no one's ever going to go to the proctologist because their butt's doing great. You know.
That's a good observation.
These are wonderful people, I guess. It's a necessary job. So.
Yeah, no, I know. I think about that. And like a foot doctor, I couldn't be a foot doctor. Feet don't necessarily gross me out, but like there comes a point where it's like, ugh, like.
Oh, look at this.
One second.
Look at this. Sorry. We got confirmation. Jerry Lewis, Nutty Professor was the best. And look at this. Minnie and Anna, that Star Wars girls, can have a Comicsgate zit popping show. Apparently, Anna loved that.
I love that.
And Minnie, that's the one I told you to message. Anna wants you to message her friend Chrissy.
Yeah, guys,
Meyer.
guys, bother Anna and tell her to answer my DM on Instagram.
Yeah,
but,
Gabe's daughter Minnie DM'd you, and I DM'd her because she answers my DMs. I've helped her out before, so.
Yeah, I this is really gross, but me and my friends used to like pick at each other's backs in high school, and it was I liked it so much they bought me this toy, and it was like this big, and it was just like a fake piece of flesh with holes in it, and you could fake pop zits. It was so much fun.
That is
one of the grossest, and it was nasty. Yeah,
I'll let you take this one.
Geek Avenger says proctologists only have a problem when they are up to their elbows. That's disgusting. That's funny. Who am I to say it's gross? I'm talking about popping zits. Cranberry Langer says the Pimple Popper is an interesting show. Dr. Pimple Popper is amazing. She's actually really close to us. She's like in Orange County, I think. But she changes people's lives. From what I've heard, she'll record people for free. She'll record people and do their stuff for free if they let her record, and she's like changed so many lives. I've seen people that like won't go out because they have like a big ball on their head. I've seen other people where they have something on the back of their neck and they're like embarrassed, and she just like that's a game changer. Like she's a good person for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Where people have a messed
like
up face because they have some cyst. Luna, I won't get into this, but I know it's important for you to ask. Him and his mom do deep conversations because he hates small talk. What's the deepest conversation or hardest conversation you two had? Well, we definitely go there. We definitely go wherever we need to go. I'm not going to talk about that on stream, but you know, we're authentic.
I'm going to talk about it. No, I'm just joking. Just joking.
And we're honest, and I think that's the only way to be. You got to be honest about everything.
You got to be honest. You got to be real, even when it's uncomfortable. We've definitely had conversations where I don't want to make eye contact with my dad, but it's like, you know, you're an adult, like own it. So, but yeah, from everything from love life to financial stuff, like it's
Live,
good to
laugh,
have conversations.
love, you know.
Live, laugh, love, be fake as hell. But yeah.
Anna, Star Wars girl, fulfilling her calendar and printing labels is driving her batty, is the last I recall hearing from her. Oh, I helped her with that calendar. She was having trouble with her skin tone and stuff on some of it, and I think some of the blacks, like the shadows, weren't rich enough. So I gave her some Photoshop help, and she was very happy. So, yeah, that's some of the behind the scenes there. I also helped the Diaz brothers with the Lost Pages fix purple. Purple's a hard color for people to handle at first because of the gamut. It's at the edge of our spectrum of what we can see with our eyes. You have ultraviolet and infrared, right? And purple like uses both blues and reds and all that. So I helped Phil figure out how to make that big character of his purple. So it's fun doing stuff like that behind the scenes in CG. It's a little peek behind the curtain for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you're welcome. If you got Anna's calendar, I helped fix it. It was all me.
It should be named Gabe's calendar.
I'm not posing in cosplay. I'm not doing that.
Let's see what everybody else is saying. Cranberry Langer says a good friend loves Dr. Pimple Popper. She's amazing. Bane Mailer says, is that some ASMR stuff? No, not that I know of. They'll do like a video. They'll even make pimple popping videos with like music in the background and no sound. And they'll just show them like extracting a blackhead from an ear. It's very satisfying. That's why I like watching it. I like watching the journey of the blackhead coming out. But Mighty Geek Studio. Wait a second.
Hold on. Do you think he meant pathologist or do you think he meant proctologist? I like this little rhyme better with proctologist, but I'd like you to read it because it's funny.
I'm going to say proctologist instead. Proctologist Credo, I can see your hiney.
No, hold on. Credo, and then it should have a semicolon. A credo is like our motto. So proctologist Credo.
I see your hiney. It's nice and shiny. You better hide it before I bite it. As soon as I said Credo, I was like, shit, is Credo. But let's see.
I would cosplay as my own characters, I guess. Yeah.
You'd be a great American Way.
Look at this getting roasted. You can make real money if you paid not to put out a calendar. Well, not in those outfits that she wears, no. But it's called Tall, Dark, and Handsome for a reason, guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm all of 6'4". Come on, let's go. You know, I am taller than I think 97 point something % of human beings. So take that, short people.
Yeah. Luna Comics said, "Sorry, I didn't know I was getting into something inappropriate." You don't have to apologize, and it's not inappropriate. I just think if we named what it was, everybody talks about things behind closed doors. Some things just like, we'll talk. Let's not talk about it where there's a public record of us discussing it. Let's keep some things off the internet. That's all that is, dude. No biggie. You're fine.
Anna's calendars. Oh no, I didn't do retouching of them. I was helping with color balance. That's what I was helping with. That's all. We
sometimes like on paper, sometimes the colors don't come out accurately. You have to make sure it matches.
The color you see on your screen, RGB, red, green, blue. Those are the 3 colors on a monitor that make all the colors. Ink, not that way. Cyan, magenta, yellow, black. 4 different colors. So that's why you'll see goofed up comic books and things like that. See, I'm not swearing so much. Goofed up comic books because people, they color it for the way they love it to look on their iPad or their whatever. And then they print it and it looks like garbage because they didn't understand the color space. And I've been using Photoshop for 20 years. So she sent me some stuff because she was like, oh, the skin looks orange here and this black shadow's not dark enough. And I helped her out. So, it's my pleasure. These people help me a lot. So.
Yeah, it's not like a Photoshop or anything that Dad does. I don't know. Yeah, it's just retouching. But let's see. There's all kinds. You guys are all over the place. I love it. Let's see. Cranberry Langer says, "You're pretty pale, Gabe." Not very tall.
I'm not pale at all. There's a very bright light on me. I'm pretty tan.
I'm very pale. I'm the lightest one in the family.
I have to have a bright light on this green screen or else it does this. So I have these bright lights. I got to fix my light setup. I got to actually be able to flip these around, and I've never got around to it. But no, I'm not light. That's just a really bright light getting me. Again, to illuminate the green screen behind me. Because you see what happens was like some of the shadow. You see it right there? The green screen starts to get eaten up. It's not bright enough. So let's see. Reynolds Rosa, you can't really tell if the colors are accurate on a print file until you look at the match prints. At first, Reynolds. But when you've done it as long as I have, I think after about 3-4 years, I can see illegal colors. Illegal colors are colors that will not print on paper, but you can see them on a computer screen. I can just see them on my screen when I look at them. So, but yeah, it's just experience.
Term.
Huh?
So that's a funny term, illegal colors.
Well, and there's also a command in Photoshop. I think it's Shift Command Y. It'll show you where your illegal colors are, and you can choose what color to turn them into. So if you hit Shift Command Y, it'll turn them gray. So you have like gray splotches all over your drawing, and it's telling you that color doesn't exist. Also, if you hit Command Y while you're working in RGB, it'll show you a CMYK preview. So it'll like desaturate the colors to show you what they should look like printed. So yeah.
Another lesson for you guys.
And since there's so much fire and lasers and teleportation in comic books, it's very important to understand this stuff because you're going to be going into glowing stuff, lightsabers, laser beams, and all that. Paper does not glow. So the mark of an amateur comic book colorist, you'll just see this washed out gray stuff for all the lightning and lasers and all that stuff. So there you go. There's your lesson.
Dad.
What's that? Oh, what are you showing him? The Wonder Woman ring?
Oh, yeah, well, I can, but I was going to say, do you like my pimp ring?
Your pimp ring.
I'm just being stupid.
I don't hate
yeah. Okay. But yeah, not to be like, oh, look at me. But my birthday was 2 weeks ago on March 9th. And my parents got me one of the greatest gifts ever. I love Wonder Woman, just like my mom. She got a ring for her anniversary, I think, for my dad, and it was a Wonder Woman.
I gave her like a diamond ring for her anniversary. It was $1 bajillion.
No, it was one of your guys' anniversaries, wasn't it?
No, it was like Christmas or Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. He got her a big, juicy ring. But this ring is a Wonder Woman ring, and I've been obsessed with it for like a year or two. And it's Wonder Woman. I don't know if you guys can see it. And it's the W, and then there's like blue sapphires, and it's orange. It's so pretty, but it's like I haven't taken it off since I got it for my birthday. I don't even really like superhero jewelry, but I saw that and I was like, I want that. So yeah.
I hate jewelry. Period.
Huh?
I hate jewelry. Period. No watches, no necklaces, no. I hate all of it, but I have to wear this because I have to wear it. You know, the tiniest handcuff in the world.
I was like counting down in my head how long till Dad says that.
Why? Because I've only told that joke 7,000 times.
Yeah. But,
oh, someone wants me to send you baby powder. Powder up your pimp hand.
Do it.
Get that going.
Do a super chat for the baby powder. No, I'm just joking.
That's right.
John, Dad, someone, John asked, "Did you ever work on Wonder Woman, Gabe? Didn't you do some stuff?"
Oh yeah, absolutely. I did gorgeous work with Steve Orlando, and who was the illustrator? I forget his name. Not Miguel Madonka. It was Jackson Herbert. It was beautiful. I'll show some of you guys. Hold on a minute. Go ahead and talk to them. I'm going to look it up real quick.
I'm just a girl doing the best. No, I'm just joking. Let's see. Ken Jack Ben says, "My fault for using speech to text." I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you for apologizing. And then Cranberry Langus says, "You both look good." Thank you. I like jewelry, but like I'm really picky about it. And let's see, I have these two. I have a wave ring because I'm a Californian. And then I haven't stud in my nose, but I don't even know if you guys can see that. Sometimes I wear a hoop, but that like gets caught in my curly hair. And then I have 5 piercings total, but I really only wear hoops for comedy. I'm so bad about wearing jewelry. But yeah. Let's see. Reynolds Rosa says, "I'm with Gabe. I hate jewelry. The only thing I'll wear is my Apple Watch." Okay, see, I'm opposite. I can't do anything on the wrists. I have this. I have a Fitbit. It feels like it's not even tight. It's just loose. It's loose even. I make them loose, and it's just, I feel it constantly. And I don't know if it's like like stimulation or something, but I can't handle it.
Here's the Wonder Woman 2020 annual, written by Steve Orlando, drawn by Jackson Herbert, colored by myself. I thought this thing came out beautifully. And yeah, you wanted to see if I worked on Wonder Woman? I have. That evil witch lady that's like a weird spider monster thing. I forgot who these bad guys were. You work on so many comics, you like don't even know half the stories. I got to tell you guys, I didn't read the scripts half the time. I would read the scripts when I would get confused. You know, if I would look at the art and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on, I'd flip open the script. And yeah, this was really fun stuff to work on.
It's beautiful stuff.
Jackson Herbert is a brilliant illustrator, really nice guy too. And then I want to show you these over here real quick, a couple more pages. I love this, great dynamic lighting there. I thought this was a great action shot, Wonder Woman running through the city.
That looks freaking cool.
Yeah, and then this is the showstopper right here. Check this out.
I remember that one actually.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous. And this is why we make this stuff, to make beautiful, uplifting art. That's why we do it. So
we do what we do. Yeah.
That's right. So yeah, I've worked on this is the most I worked on Wonder Woman, the 2020 annual. Steve Orlando's a really, really great guy. He's a writer, just a really nice guy. And Jackson is a great guy too. And I think they're both still working for DC a bunch. I think so. So, yeah.
Mm. Someone says, John.
After New 52. Yeah, New 52 was 2011. What I just showed you was 2020. So that was recent. So
John says your glow effects really stand out, Gabe.
That's right, because I can see illegal colors on the screen. So, yeah.
That's such a funny term.
That's so important for our business. And like things like, you have to understand, like ink limits and things like that. Like a given piece of paper, depending on what kind of paper it is, can only hold so much ink. And Photoshop will tell you how much ink that color is that you're using. And if you ever got a comic book and the pages were like wiggly, they put too much ink in their colors, and you should be good enough to do that. It's called fluting. It's called fluting when the pages get all wiggly. And
like
that's the
FLOOTING?
FLUT, like flute.
Oh, like a flute. Okay.
Yeah, fluting. I don't know why it's called that. Maybe because the shape of those valleys are like fluting. And yeah, that's a mark of someone not really knowing what they're doing. Also, registration misses too. If you ever seen something and next to all the black line art, there's like a white halo around it, that's because they don't understand trapping and stuff like that. So I worked at 2 newspapers when I was in college. And so I learned all about printing and about Photoshop at the same time. So I would regularly I illustrated for the city newspaper and my college one. So I would see my Photoshop color work in print every week. So I got to learn what it looked like on the computer versus what it looked like on the newsprint. So I learned right away how to do color on the computer. This is 2000.
I feel like the job, 2000 what?
Like 2001, 2002. So I've been at this for quite a while.
I feel like the jobs that you had while you were breaking into comics really helped you in the long run, like the printing and then the newspaper, and then you worked at Home Depot. So that had nothing to do with comics, I guess, but you got to like learn about tools. Like you're lucky because people work so many like just regular like whatever jobs. I don't really feel like any of them help that much. Maybe like with patients, and that's it. But like yours actually seem to benefit you.
Yeah, no, it's always God's plan. You know what I mean? So, but I do have a talent stack where I do know how to do everything at an expert level. I'm a one-man comic book factory because I can write at a high level. I'm an award-winning writer. I can draw completely. I can ink, I can color, and I can letter. And then I know how to take all the artwork and put it into like InDesign or Quark in the old days, the computer program that you send to the printer with the finished product. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm a comic book company all by myself. So yeah, I thank goodness. I thank God.
Michael Scott Paper Company, Gable Taib Comic Company.
Well, I own a company. It's registered with the state of California. Gabe El Taib Illustration. That's the company I own. I've owned that for years. So yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we've been going for 120. Do you want to stop at 130? I don't care.
Yeah, let's check. Let's pitch the book one more time, and then let's look at the poll. Well, let's look at the poll.
Chat, if you have anything to say, let us know. Just so
you have something to say it right now. Say it to my face.
Yeah. Don't be a little punk.
Okay, so habitual winner won. I love everything but danger. I like that one.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. First place loser. I like how habitual winner is the winner. That's funny. Well, maybe I will. I think that's a really super clever name. I actually think I came up with it with my brother, or my brother came up with it. We were together when that name came up. But yeah, no, I like that. For 48 votes. Hey, we had at least 48 people in the chat. That's freaking cool.
Hold on, I have to address this. I said if you have something to say it now. Say it to my face. But then John chimed in with the that old bromide we get at the weddings, or forever hold your peace. Could you imagine the tightness of the booty clench if you were at a wedding and someone actually did protest? If any man or woman has any reason that these two should not be joined in holy matrimony, and all of a sudden a voice from the back of the room, what would you do? Because I think I would jump out the window and run to my car. I would shoulder roll through the window. Don't want to get all cut up from the glass. And then I'd like scramble, like I'd run serpentine through the parking lot to my car so nobody could catch me. And then I'd do a rolling start with the car and get the hell out of there. What if someone protested a wedding in front of you? What would you do?
I think that I would just freeze. I'd be like, this isn't happening. This is not real. Like, who is this? This some college boyfriend from like 6 years ago that can't get over. Oh, she was my first love. You fumbled the bag. She found somebody else.
Right.
But no, I think about like when I get married and stuff, I'm probably just going to elope and it's just going to be you and mom and my brother. Cause like big weddings are beautiful, but like I want to save my money. And also I just want to have like a 2-minute ceremony and then we go eat tacos, something fun. But I don't even want someone to be like, is there any reason these people can't be too good? No, just we obviously want to be together. Stop it. So
I love that. I love it. Like I don't ever want to see it happen, but I like, oh my God. I won't say the names of the people. Some dear friends though, and I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in 4.5 years. I just prayed one day, never drank again. But I did drink before this wedding, like 10 years ago, and we drank too much, and we were hungover. We were throwing up minutes. I was in the bathroom throwing up when the bridal march started, like before I'm supposed to go down the aisle with the girl I was going down the aisle with as one of the best men. And the best man's brother was losing his lunch all morning long and outside the church. And he told me he was going to throw up during the ceremony. We're there, 200-300 people are there. Brother's like shaking, gonna throw up again. And in my head, I was literally plotting how I would run out of the chapel if he threw up. I was like, okay, there's some people there, and there's a gap next to the pews over here. I see a door behind the third. Okay, so if he goes, I'm going there and around that guy, and I'm out. I'm in my car, and I am home in half an hour. I was like, I am not staying to watch a bride cry with vomit on the floor of the church. But we made it through. Nobody threw up, and it was all good. So.
I remember that wedding. I'm not going to say it was. I remember that wedding because it was one of the very first times in like my teenage years that I wore like 2-inch heels. They were only like 2 inches, and I fell and rolled. And you picked me up. You were like, "Are you okay, honey?" I was like, "Yep." Like, I was so embarrassed. But
oh my gosh, how was our breath? We were fine. I had gum. I always have gum for that. Oh, another story from that. One of the other groomsmen he had like a knife, like a serious, like not a switchblade, but a serious pocket knife. And I saw it before they, we were standing. I was like, hey, man, why do you have that? He's just one of those guys that carries a knife. There's no sinister reason. And the ring bearer came up, and he has the pillow with the ring to give to the bride, and it's stuck. They tie a knot to hold on the pillow, and it's like someone tied it, and you can't untie this thing. And the best man's trying to get the ring, and I'm fidgeting with it. I pulled my keys out so I could saw it, and I'm at the point where, like, I should just take off my ring and let them use it for the ceremony. And the buddy with the blade whoosh, cuts the knot and gives her the ring. And I'm like, that's why you had the big knife. Like, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
I love that. There was another wedding that we went to after that, and the ring bearer didn't have the rings, and they didn't realize, and it was bad. And he was about to walk down the aisle, and someone that we know ran and got him. But I remember you and Mom were getting ready to give them your
I was taking my ring off at that one, and I'm like, just give it to them. They can use it for 10 minutes. I forgot about that.
I remember that, and we were all freaking out. Everyone was like, what are we going to do?
Okay, we should end the show because this is a high note here. Back the book, guys. I love you so much. Click the link. Please back the book. Did I just say black the book? Please back the book. And you guys are amazing. We'll be back next week, Minnie and I. She'll have more great news about where all this stand-up is going. And when she has a big show, I want you guys all there. You know what I mean? Cranberry Langer says, plot twist, the knife guy did the knot to rescue the wedding. All right, we will talk to you later. That is